Hello my friends, welcome. In case you're leaving your house during April, May, the lawn will be growing quite a lot. So you see here it is quite high. Two solutions for cutting the high lawn. Solution number one is this here, but this here will be for next season because I don't know how to use it. Or this here, we call this la débroussailleuse in French. So today we'll be using this one. I won't be going into the details of the tool. Read carefully the instruction manual. As you have seen in my overview video about the restoration of a wooden window frame, I'm usually cutting later in the season, but this time I'm doing it earlier. I also have to check the state of play of the ground. So for cutting the high lawn, let's go. For the protection equipment, we'll make it very easy today. First of all, I'm using this baseball cap. This is for protecting the hair because in fact cutting makes lots of projection. And then I will be using protection glasses. I could also use in addition gloves. Here I'm using a protection for the ears. Here it's not very noisy, but as it will be last a little bit of time, it will provide more comfort. Here I'm using a machine which is on batteries. This is extremely easy to use. Of course, if you want to have a bigger capacity, you take some with an engine. The issue is that these require much more maintenance than the electrical ones. So in case you don't have an excessive too large surface, you can take electrical ones. So now I will be charging the batteries. In reality, I still had two batteries as a placement. Now both set of batteries are empty, so they are charging again. In the meanwhile, I will pick up the lawn. Very useful is big bags like this, and of course we'll need a râteau. And I will also take gloves because there might be some orties within the things I cut. Little comments about the râteau. So there are two types. There's this type here, which is really all-terrain. And then there is this type, this is specific for lawn. But the problem here, it's a bit too heavy duty for being able to use it properly. So now we make little collections and then we'll be picking the little hills we are creating. So the idea of the batteries is very nice, but the problem is now it's like around 4 hours for the time that it's charging again. So I'll be taking my old débroussailleuse with a wire, and luckily here I put some electricity on this tree, which makes it much more accessible. And a little hint for plugging it. So very useful, this little cable holder. So you put it like this, you enter it, and then you block it here, and then you can plug it. So now it's with power. We can start again. Here, little issue, the plug here is not holding well, which makes a false contact, which is making that it's not very easy to use. Here I'm this time taking gloves because it will make blisters otherwise. So here this is a default because there is the protection missing here on the back. Nevertheless, what you have to change from time to time are these wires. And here on this type, you just open here. Take a new one. You remove the old one. You see that in the overall we have much more width for the cut. And then we're putting it back here. Of course, before doing that, I unplugged the power. Make sure that you are keeping enough stocks of nylon wire, because you will see that the sustainability is not so long. And in case you don't have any wires anymore, the type can differ from one model to the other. You won't be able to work anymore. So make sure you have enough nylon wires. Moving the bags, the best is to pull them. So see you in a second on Happy Hour TV 1.